A standing room only crowd arrived early, anxious to hear Dara talk about her inspiring Olympic comeback. As the crowd waited, we grabbed Dara in a back hallway and asked what's the moral of her story.
Well, I'll never forget getting asked a question by NBC after my last event, and it was, what do you want your daughter to learn when she's old enough to understand what happened in these Olympics? And I guess the biggest thing is, don't put an age limit on your dreams. And I think that's what I proved, and I look forward to one day being able to share that with her.
Now 42, Dara's recovering from major reconstructive knee surgery that may keep her from attempting to make her 6th Olympic team at the age of 45 in the 2012 London Games.
Knee surgery went well. I'm 7.5 weeks out, and I have a year recovery, so it's a long process, and I think it's more of a mental toughness I have to sort of deal with in dealing with pain.
London's still an option?
I don't know. We'll see what happens after a year, and if the cartilage has attached and grown hard to the bone, and if that's happened, then at least I have the option to say, yeah, I want to do it.
Dara entertained the crowd with one story after another, like asking friend and New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg to financially back her comeback.
Now the first words out of his mouth were, "Aren't you too old?" So all he had to do was say that, and that was it. I was making the team.
She remembers her first workout with 16-year-olds, realizing she was older than most of their mothers.
I was swimming a set with them, and I was in a lane with some girls, and they stopped in the middle of the set, and they're like, "Oh my God, I think I'm gonna pierce my ears. Should I get 2 or 3? And I'm like, and the other one's like, "Oh, who are you taking to the prom?" And all I'm thinking is, what diapers do I need to get my daughter?
She talked about the moments just before the 50 free in Beijing.
I look over and there's this girl that looks like she's about to throw up, and I'm like, well, I'm definitely going to beat her, And there's another girl that looks like she's about to pass out. I'm like, well, she's toast, And I knew what to expect. I'd been there, I'd done it, I had the experience. Age worked to my advantage, not to my disadvantage.
And she told them about finishing second by just 1/100th of a second.
I touch the wall and I look at the scoreboard, and I'm squinting because I can't see it because I'm old, and I'm looking and I think I see a 2 by my name, and I'm like, wow, I got second place. That's the best individual placing I ever got. Cool, I wanted to win, but I got second, so that's not bad. And then I look at the time, and it says 24.06 to 24.07. Then I started to get a little mad, I actually really hate to lose, and I was trying to be realistic in my head, like, well, I'm 41 and it is my best placing ever in an individual event, but I was mad, and I'm still mad, and I don't think I'll ever get over it.
When she opened the floor for questions, one of the first was about her teenage relationship with fellow Olympian Rowdy Gaines.
Yeah, I think everyone thought Rowdy and I were going to get married, and he actually asked me to marry him at one point, but I was only 19. Rowdy's a really good dear friend, and he'll always be a dear friend, and I'll always like him, so there's no not liking Rowdy Gaines.
Wait a second. Did she say that fellow Olympian Rowdy Gaines actually asked her to marry him when she was just 19? I don't know if I buy that.
Excuse me, Mark, I did.
So that's true?
Yes, it's a true story. She was 19 years old. I asked her to marry me. She said no.
But let's give them the rest of the story. It all worked out really well for you because you've got a fabulous wife.
Yes, my wife Judy and I, we have 4 daughters. You've met a couple of them already, Mark, and we have a beautiful new granddaughter. So very happily married now, and of course that's ancient history. But yes, at one time, I did ask her to marry me.
But life is good.
Life is great.
All right, back to the story. After answering all of their questions, Dara sat down and a long line formed, and while they patiently waited, she patiently signed every book, every picture, every cap, and every magazine.
Hi, what's your name? Caroline. Caroline?
Dara Torres is the rare role model who seems to inspire people of all ages because her message is not about age, it's about attitude.
43 and I just started swimming this year.
All right. When I dove in that water, the water didn't know my age, so what did it matter how old I was? If I was the fastest, I deserved to be up there and swim.